Welcome to Voila. In this video, we explain how presets work in our system, why they're essential for saving time and energy, and how to use them effectively. Let's start with what a preset is. In our software, Courier Presets allow you to predefine delivery settings like speed, signature requirements, or additional services you might need. Instead of entering these values manually every time you create a label, you can use a preset that stores them for reuse. Here's an example using DHL. In presets, you'll find a range of delivery services such as DHL Domestic Express, DHL Domestic Express 9 AM, DHL Domestic Express 12 PM, and many others. Other couriers may require other services, and each of these services determines what kind of label DHL returns to you. You could send a basic API request with just the name, address, and parcel info, and you'll receive only a standard economy label. If we want a next day or a POD label, you'll need to specify that explicitly in the request. You'd include fields like next day set to true and signature required set to true. Because the default values for these are false, you have to override them. Now, you can do that manually each time, but there's a smarter way. Presets. Let's say you frequently use DHL Insured and Dangerous goods. You can create a preset and name it DHL Insured and Dangerous. In this preset, you would store the following: is underscore insured set to true and dangerous goods set to true. You can also apply restrictions to this preset, as well as add it to multiple API accounts. Once you've saved this, it becomes a DC service ID you can reuse in your future API calls. Here's how you use it. In your create label API call, set the slug to DHL, and instead of repeating all the courier specific details, you just enter the DC service ID you created. That's it. This not only makes your API calls cleaner and more efficient, but also standardizes your processes across your team or applications. You only need to include courier specifics manually when something variable, like a posting location, needs to be updated on the fly. Otherwise, the DC service ID and its preset you created will handle everything for you. Let's use another example. Suppose you're setting up deliveries through the courier Royal Mail. Their required fields might include the posting location, which is any approved place where you can hand over items to Royal Mail for delivery. Other fields are optional, depending on the service. To find out which fields are required and which are optional, you can use the Get Courier Specifics API endpoint. For example, if you're working with DPD, the response might show that the required field is the network code. Optional fields could include customs value, liability value, and more. The response will also show you default values, so you know what you can leave out or override. While presets can be created via API, many users prefer using the Voila interface. If you click on a courier like DPD and select Create Preset, you'll see the required and optional fields clearly listed. This makes it easier to configure everything you need without missing a step. Presets are especially useful when you have advanced requirements. For example, you might want a preset for DPD with £5,000 insurance. You would include liability set to true and liability value set to £5,000. You could create similar presets for £3,000 or £10,000 depending on what you need. Then, instead of re-entering those fields each time, you just use the preset name. To wrap up, presets offer a powerful way to simplify and speed up your courier integrations. They reduce repetitive input, lower the chance of errors, and make your system easier to maintain. Whether it's DHL, DPD, Evri, or any other supported courier, using presets means your team can work faster and with more confidence. That's the value of service presets, and why we strongly recommend using them. To get even more out of Voila, we recommend exploring our walkthrough videos and in-depth documentation. Whether you're just getting started or fine-tuning your shipping setup, these resources will help you unlock even more time-saving features like presets and ensure you're getting the best results from your courier integrations. Thanks for watching.